I forgot mine.
It's fine.
One of these days, I'll remember to just put it on my desk or somewhere where I remember it, but not today.
Do it right after this.
Yeah, that might be smart.
Do it right after this.
Right after this. Ooh, good idea.
Because we're definitely not filming something after this. Ooh.
No, this is the only thing we're doing tonight.
Right? The only thing.
Right.
It's not like I filmed 2 podcasts before this and then this one and then I have another one after. Hello, racers, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am just drinking water.
Ooh.
And I'm almost out of water. And I should have refilled my water before this recording, but I didn't. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. But if you were to have water anywhere else, where would you have it?
Well, a cup mug, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And you can get your cup mug and all of our other cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Link in the description below. And we do ship both domestically in the US and internationally. So there are no excuses. And today I'm looking at the people of Ireland. Why? You'll find out shortly.
And hi, my name is Jack. I am a college student for about the next week.
I was going to say, not for much longer, so you have to come up with a new intro.
Exactly. It'll probably be unemployed. But
valid and fair.
You know, when I think of Ireland, I also think of hurling, but it's mostly about the Irish people and the amount of beer I'll be drinking versus a sport. But thankfully, we have another definition for hurling now.
Yay! When I think of Ireland, I think of the abysmal placements of many Irish songs at Eurovision over the last 10 years. And I also think of my 2 icons, my legends, my divas, Leslie Roy and Brooke Scullion, who brought me 2 of my favorite Eurovision songs to ever exist. Ooh. That's rich. Oh, it's so good. I'll play it for you later. It's really great.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we are here. It is the penultimate episode of Amazing Race 35, and I'm sad about that.
Yeah, I mean, they heard they needed 90-minute episodes, and they made one of the best seasons of The Amazing Race. And I'm very excited.
And also, in that same statement, made one of the best seasons of Amazing Race and one of the most filler episodes of Amazing Race I've ever seen in this episode.
Oh, yeah, no. I very much could have predicted what was going to happen during this leg.
Oh, I predicted it within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but we'll talk about that. Before we do, make sure to subscribe because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything reality TV. But let's dive into this. Obviously, we're at top 4. We lost Todd and Ashley in the last leg. And we are now flying from Sweden to Ireland. Nope, that was bad. I am never doing that. You tried. No.
I don't try accents and for a reason.
No. Oh, God, I'm so sorry to the people of Ireland. I'm literally Irish by heritage. I should be better at this. Anyway, we're going to Ireland. I'm very excited. I feel like it's been a minute since we were in Ireland. I think we looked it up in the last episode.
I can look it up again really quick in the meantime. Yes, it does. Go for it.
I don't have it. Hold on.
You don't have it?
Hold on. I don't know where my banner is. So it is very soon time for a Jack Fact.
Yay.
And while Jack is looking it up, we find out Phil tells the top 4 they're heading to Dublin. You can book your own flights using the Expedia app, of course. And it doesn't matter who got there first, second, or third, fourth, because they're all on the same flight. So, like, whatever.
They're on the same flight, or they're on all different flights and get equalized. It's unclear.
They all arrive at the same time, basically.
Yeah. And Ireland, this is the second time we've been here on the race. The only other time was season 12. So it is
Oh my
23
God.
seasons and over 10 years since we've
Damn.
been back to Ireland.
Go back to Ireland more often. It was lovely.
Yeah.
The Irish scenery, hello.
Beautiful.
Oh, I love Ireland. It's in my top 3 places to visit very, very soon. But that has been a Jack fact.
Yeah.
Jack fact. I like the jazz hands with the Jack fact. I don't know why. Anyway,
It works.
that is your legacy in this podcast. I hope you understand. Jack fact. So we go to the first task. It's not even, this leg was weird because there were no detours and there were several just tasks.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing things. We're doing stuff. But the first of the route info tasks is plunging into the freezing waters of the Irish Sea, swimming out to a buoy to get their clue. That's all.
Yeah. I mean, this is quite literally something that we have seen on various shows,
Literally.
including the thing I can remember the most, the challenge during,
Yes.
I can't remember which final, but one of them. So good on them. It was quick, simple.
Well, not quick for some people.
Well, yeah.
Because within moments of arriving in Ireland, Steve and Annalee get lost. And that was the moment I knew they were going home.
Oh, yeah.
And then they make it to the task, get their clue, and Steve seizes up basically in the water. And he was like, I was in so much pain. I thought I was going to pass out. And this is the moment where I was like, Annalee, you can give him a little bit of grace. I understand you're in last place. But this man is, however old he is, I don't know how old he is. I don't care to look it up. And he is wading through freezing water. Give him a little bit of a reprieve.
And holding his shoes. Because for some reason, the shoes were slowing him down. And we cut to commercial, and it's like, oh my God, is Steve drowning? Is he okay? No, he was just taking off his shoes. Okay.
All right.
Good on him.
I guess. But Rob and Corey are the first to get there and the first to leave. And they're headed to the Gaiety Theater, where we get the first roadblock of the day. And this is where a little bit of drama happens. Not really. But so in this roadblock, who wants to get their steps in? One member of each team has to complete 30 seconds of a river dance routine. Because of course they do. Because of course we're in Ireland.
Yeah.
And we find out it becomes the great equalizer because all 4 teams end up getting there and they're all doing the task at the same time. But because Miss Annalee has done a few too many roadblocks,
she can't compete.
And Steve has to do this roadblock. And
I think this for me is when I was like,
this is nail in the coffin for sure.
Because Annalee probably gets this done in 1 to 2 rounds.
Annalee probably
what? 8?
5. It's at least 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
I think Annalee gets this done in about the same amount of time as Corey does.
Yeah.
And I think Steve succeeds at the other one. We'll talk about it a little bit more. It's unfortunate circumstance in that regard.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at. I mean, we're at Final Four. I figured there was going to be a team where it was going to be a little bit of an imbalance. I'm not surprised that it's Steve and Annalee.
Yeah.
But Corey gets it on his second attempt. John gets it, I think, in 2 or 3. Joel is also struggling as much as Steve.
And Joel is behind. Like,
Yeah, Steve
Steve and
finishes
Antley
before Joel.
did it. And Joel is like, I know that I can't tell myself I can't do this because I know I can. It's just so close and so painful. And he gets it on, I want to say on his like 8th or 9th try. I remember someone having an 8 or a 9.
I think they just ended up giving it to him.
Yeah. The other thing with this is it felt very subjective. I mean, obviously, the actual river dancers are going to be better than everyone. Like that's not a question. That's not a concern. But I could not tell you when a team succeeded or didn't succeed unless a member screwed up so badly that I was like, they can't pass that.
Yeah.
So it's a weird judging system that I was just like, okay, good, they're through.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. So we end up going to Croke Park is where we are headed next. And it's another roadblock. Another roadblock. And I guess in this case, the same person can do both roadblocks?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure for all teams at this point, there is one person who has to do this roadblock because for everyone it'd be 6 and 6.
I was like, did Corey really not do that many roadblocks?
Apparently not. It was 6 and 4 going into this leg.
So
and
Corey, it was even. Yeah, I was gonna say it was even for Greg and John, and it was even for Joel and Garrett, but it wasn't for Rob and Corey and for Steve and Annalee. So Corey ended up doing both in this leg. I forgot Steve did the hurling because they barely show it.
Yeah.
But like he gets it pretty easily. But Rob and Corey are pretty dominant in this leg. They're doing their best. Greg and John are basically right behind.
It's a race for first and second, and a race for
not be eliminated,
and a race not to be last. Yeah,
exactly. So Corey knocks this one out of the park.
Yeah,
just hurling.
I don't know sports.
I'd never heard of this sport before in my life,
and they were confused too. They were like, the national sport of Ireland, field hockey?
Like it's field hockey, but not. It's cricket, but not. It's rugby, but not.
It's like lacrosse, except the paddles. It's all wooden and there's no net. But like then cricket. But then also the field goals. But also, it felt like they were merging a bunch of sports together in here, and they just went, okay.
And what are we going to call it? Hurling.
Hurling.
How creative.
Because you hurl the ball. I don't know.
Yeah, no one really struggles with this roadblock at all, honestly.
I mean, the only team to have, I think, struggled that much is just them being like, go around the cone, throw it. Like it's stuff Literally. That they get in one hit or two hits, and then the only difficult part beyond that is making sure it goes through the actual top goal.
It's like we didn't need to do this, did we? They didn't need to.
They needed to just finish it out, and I mean, honestly, I think the reason they put 2 roadblocks in here is it gives them a lot more freedom during the final leg.
Totally.
I mean, they were going to do a lot of route infos anyway, like they've done this season, but then they can do like multiple detours and give them multiple options. And
I was going to say, and everyone's evened up on roadblocks now after this leg, so I think that probably had something to do with it. But
yeah,
Rob and Corey, shocker, first one to get to the final task, where we're headed to Toner's pub, and they have to memorize and recite 2 famous quotes from Irish novelist James Joyce.
This was interesting because in a weird way, I feel like Rob had an advantage here just because sign language is a very visual language.
Yeah.
So just having to memorize words versus being able to use your hands to physically sign something, that'll make it work a lot quicker because you're having to think in 2 ways versus one.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
I love to see it. And this is where I was like, I don't know how they're going to do it this season with having Rob and Corey on the race. And these are the kinds of tasks where I'm like, okay, cool. They thought about this, and this does give him an advantage where in a lot of other tasks that they've done, he's been at certain points at a bit more of a disadvantage. And I'm like, okay, this feels more in Rob's wheelhouse. I see you, Amazing Race. Okay. I like to see it. And then they slayed it. They slayed it around them.
Yeah, they did amazing.
And for the first time this season, they win the leg.
Yay! And
I didn't even realize it was their... Oh my God. Because I didn't realize it was their first win either. I was like, oh, it's...
Yeah, I mean, that was the strange part, is like, they've gotten second, third. Like, they've been on the podium consistently, and it was literally just getting through the task slightly quicker than the others that got them to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just
and then like you said, they got their dream trip to Fiji, and I got very emotional.
It's so sweet.
Exactly. So
adorable.
Rob and Corey get there first. Greg and John, to nobody's surprise whatsoever, get there second. And so they're also going to the final leg. And it was down to Joel and Garrett and Steve and Annalee, but
yeah.
I mean, Joel and Garrett kind of like, it was close, and then it wasn't close.
Yeah. What the issue for the team that got eliminated wasn't the roadblocks in the route info, except for the swimming. It was navigation, and they've struggled with it all season, and it finally got them because they were on top of Joel and Garrett at the start of the leg, and unfortunately, Steve and Annalee fuck up directions yet again, and it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Not at all.
I'm really not.
The reason I think we both think it's a filler episode is unless literally Rob and Corey or Greg and John get medevaced, like something to that degree would have to happen for them to be eliminated. And then Joel and Garrett just in general outpace Steve and Annalee in most cases.
They were more efficient throughout the whole leg. So that is that. And as we talked about last week, this is officially the first time in 35 seasons of The Amazing Race in the U.S. that the final leg is going to be run by all male teams.
Yeah, which is the first, along with it being that, it's the first time that a same gender final for all three. Yeah. Obviously, unfortunately, there's never been a chance.
I want an all women final three.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
But, I mean, it's been an incredible season, all things considered.
I'm sad that it's almost over.
Yeah.
Well, we've got one more week, and it seems like the final leg is in Seattle.
Yes, it
They didn't
is
give an
in Seattle.
official announcement on the preview, but
The next
they're on the damn Space Needle.
and also the title for the next episode is a Sunset Seattle Scramble. So if they were anywhere other than Seattle, I would be very confused.
Wait, you mean they're not in Philadelphia?
I thought they were in fucking Atlantic City.
I thought they were in Vegas.
I thought they were in Reno.
Not Reno. Absolutely not Reno.
But yeah, I mean, it's a really, really strong. I'm gonna be honest, the top two. As much as I love Joel and Garrett, unless their
Anything
notebook
can
is
happen.
amazing.
And you know, I could see a situation where Robin, Corey, and Greg and John are leading, and Joel and Garrett come in at the very last minute and have whatever the memorization thing is. They have it down pat. They sneak by everybody and they win. I could see it happening.
Yeah.
So
my personal bet right now is 50% Greg and John, 40% Rob and Corey, 10% Joel and Garrett. I think
I would tend to agree.
Yeah. I mean, Greg and John have dominated this entire race. Literally since leg 5, they have not been out of the top 2. Going into leg 12, which is crazy. Joel and Garrett have been generally consistent, except for one kind of drop in leg 7, but they've always hovered around the podium. And the same thing can kind of be said for Rob and Corey. So it'll be very interesting to see where these final tasks lead them. I'm pretty sure there's going to be something containing the heights using the Space Needle. There's going to be some sort of season review task. There's going to be a lot of different
Probably
stuff.
something water-based as well, since they're in Seattle.
Yeah, probably something relating to the market.
Oh, do you think they're going to throw a fish?
They might throw a fish.
That'd be fun. Well, that's all.
That's all. It's a
We're
pretty
done.
simple leg.
We're done. Thanks for joining. We'll be here next week. Probably all 3 of us, Lana included, to talk about the finale of Amazing Race. All of the things are wrapping up. All of them. All at once. And it's all the finales. But very excited for the end of this season. Very excited to see who's going to win. Make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost every day of the week giving you almost everything reality TV. In the meantime as well, make sure to go follow our socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod. You could also go follow myself and Jack in the description below, and you could go get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with all that being said, cheers. Bye.
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 Dun 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 dun.